I just wanna know how you feel, what you think, are you real? Through the bad and the good, you know I'll keep it real. Don't wanna go somewhere else, 'cause you're all that I need. And with you in my life, I don't need these streets.
Welcome, you guys, to the Kendell Doyle Show. This is season 3. I am so happy to be back. This show is my baby, and it means so much to me. This show has gotten me a lot of offers. It has gotten me indoors that I can't even imagine, and I'm gonna keep going. And without further ado, I have my first guest, Miss Annastacia. How are you?
Hi, how are you? I'm good. What's up?
It's nice to see you again.
Yes, nice to see you. And I must say, thank you for having me on your official show. I feel official, okay?
You are. Trust me, girl, you are. But let me just tell you guys a little about Annastacia. She went to St. John's with me. She's an alumni. She recently graduated. So congrats to her.
Thank you, thank you.
I met Annastacia. I was working in residence life. And everyone knew basically what I wanted to do. And so they referred me to Annastacia, and they was just like, you know, she's actually working with Wendy. She actually have great internships going on. She works with another company, and you should really get in touch with her. So I talked to her briefly, and I followed her from there, like followed her whole experience from there. And now I finally get a chance to interview her. So I think that'll be good to me because she's an inspiration to me as well.
Aww.
So, Annastacia, what is your, for everyone to know, what is your career goal? What do you want to be?
So my all-time career goal, I will say, I've always dreamed of having my own talk show and one day having my own network, kind of how like Oprah has OWN. That's definitely something that's been in my dreams. But now that I'm really in the workforce and I've graduated, I've kind of been exploring other options. I fell in love with producing as well, and I also love doing a lot of editing and behind the scenes work. So I'm kind of just riding this wave that I'm on right now and seeing where it takes me. But having my own talk show literally is like the end all be all.
So you're currently in the industry. What is some work have you done?
So like work like during my internship. So in the past, I have worked with the Wendy Williams show. It was my first internship ever, which was so crazy because I applied like over and over again, never heard anything, and then randomly it was just like, hey, do you want to interview? So that was like the craziest time of my life. And from Wendy, I took a little bit of faith and went to MSNBC, which is completely, a 360. It's like hard news and politics. So that was kind of like foreign country, foreign waters for me, but I stuck it out and I made it through. And from there, I went to work with Anderson Cooper at CNN and New York Live, which is like another entertainment show in New York City. So through those internships, I've been able to interview people, be a part of field shoots, edit some video, pitch ideas with, big shot producers. I've been able to write celebrity interviews and just kind of do a whole mix of things from being in the studio and working from home.
I know that a lot of those internships, you've gained a little bit of experience from each one, but do you have a favorite or do you just love them all?
Honestly, they were such all amazing individual experiences, but if I had to pick one, I would say New York Live. That was my first time ever being a journalist in the field with actual reporters, and it was local. So we would travel to a bunch of different restaurants and fashion places in New York City, right in my home. And I was able to talk to people and shoot video and edit video and make, something so great and work with these field producers. And I never really did that before. And that's only really an experience you'll get when you're working at a local level, because they trust you so much because, it's local. So you're able to have more ways to show your creativity. And I feel like that internship was where most of my creativity really shined through.
Yeah. A lot of people, when they see you getting internships and they see your accomplishments, they don't know all it took to get there and all the behind the scenes things that you probably had to go through. So I want to talk a little bit about like discouraging moments, I know there's been times where you may have felt like, you know, you're not doing enough, or something might not happen, or it might not come through, or, you know,
Mhm.
that you wanted to even give up. But what keeps you going? And, you know, what keeps you going? Just a little motivation about what your, how you continue to, you know, push forward to success.
Yeah, not gonna lie to you, it's not easy at all. People think, oh, she just gets internships back to back to back, but I've gotten 1,000 rejections in between all those internships. I've heard no, I've heard we're not interested in your work. I've heard a lot of things. So it's very super discouraging, especially in this day and age. I feel like, you have a lot of us who are out here grinding and working hard and really giving our all. And then you have people who are kind of just riding the coattails of what's popular, and it's discouraging to see them go places and do things that you wish that you could be doing when you're putting in all this work. But at the end of the day, everybody's journey is specific to themselves, and one thing that I just have to remind myself is that I deserve to be in all these places because I've worked for it. I think that it also just kind of reprogramming my mind to focus on my own success, because it is easy to get caught up in what other people are doing. And if I ever feel like, negative energy or anything like that, I kind of cut the cord on those people. I kind of unfollow those pages on Instagram. It's all about your mindset and what you're feeding your brain and what you're telling yourself every day. If you wake up and you're like, I got 3 no's yesterday, but I'm going to keep putting applications today and hopefully I'll get a yes, that's super powerful. Whereas if you're just sitting at home and you're feeling down and you're like, I don't know what to do, like just kind of pulling yourself out of that funk. And it takes a lot. It's a lot of emotional um turmoil that you have to go through, especially just being in an industry that's so hit or miss, and it's so cutthroat. One mistake, you're out of there, or everybody knows each other, so you don't, you turn somebody off in the wrong way, then boom, there goes your chances down the line. So it's really a lot of pressure to feel like you got to be on your P's and Q's at all times. But really just reminding yourself that you're that girl, you're that guy, everything that you got, you deserve to be there, you deserve that, you worked for that. Honestly, I always tell everybody what's meant for you will be for you. And if it wasn't meant for you, then be happy because there's a reason. And that's just that on
Exactly.
that.
You mentioned that you want to have your own network like Oprah, so I'm guessing that she's an inspiration to you, Oprah Winfrey. She's an inspiration to me as well. But do you have any other people that inspire you that you look up to?
Honestly, that's such a hard question because I feel like there's so many Black women. Black women altogether inspire me, despite all the challenges that we face every day in all industries. I know you've just seen, Simone Biles in the Olympics, just everything kind of trying to shoot us down every day. But we're seeing amazing women like Issa Rae and everybody in all industries being so successful. I remember when Rashida Jones was hired at MSNBC as the first Black woman to be the president, I believe, of the network. And that was big for me because we don't really see stuff like that. So all these women all together are inspiring me. Of course, it's gonna sound biased, but Wendy, of course, my girl. That girl is she's a tough woman. She's a tough woman. She used to sleep in her car and drive back and forth from New York to Jersey, working 2 jobs. And didn't have the support of her family. They told her that she wouldn't make it. And, look at her, despite all of her challenges. So it's like, if these women can do it, I can do it. And if I can do it, literally anybody else out there can do it. You just have to be willing to do the work and put your mind to it. But so many people inspire me. I could go down a list forever.
Look your girl, huh?
My girl, how you doing?
Doing? So this is my last question for you, Anastacia. Just advice, period. Even though it's a like you said, women, period. It's a lot of women out here trying to do their thing. A lot of people, if you know it or not, look up to you. There's gonna be future talk show hosts that's gonna even become after us when we make it. And I just want, any advice, not even just for them, but anyone who has a dream and they're working toward their goal, what can you, tell them?
So I have two big notes. So my first thing would be always stay true to yourself and your ideas. You know, you're gonna go to a lot of places and people are gonna say, well, why don't we just change this a little bit? Or why don't we just get rid of that? But you know, I've always learned that it's better to stand tall than succumb to people who don't want you to see you shine. You know, stand on your own opinions, stand on your own thoughts. If you feel like this should be done, then speak up. You know, be that person that's in that meeting with a different idea. Be that person in the meeting that challenges, you know, the higher ups to say, well, why are we doing this? Or maybe we should look at this a different way. You know, always stand tall, because that's what really is going to get you far. Don't, you know, just be somebody lingering and riding the coattails just to get in, because I promise you, the world will eat you up that way. You really have to have your own opinions and stick to it. And yeah, and the second thing that I would say is just detoxing your life of, believe it or not, bad habits and relationships. Like that did a lot for me. You know, it's the smallest things like eating junk food and trying to work out a little bit more. Just being mindful of what I watch on TV instead of watching so much guns and violence, maybe put on a podcast or something. Like it's literally your mindset and who you're around. Instead of going out every Friday night, maybe only go out a few times for the week or for the month and stay home and read a book, or just have some alone time for yourself to figure out who you are, what you want to do. Like those are the biggest things I think will get you far in life and whatever you do, from being a freaking store manager at a retail store, which I used to do, to being a successful businesswoman on Wall Street. Like taking care of your mental health, taking care of your physical health, and just weeding out all negativity. I really think that can get anybody to the top.
Yes. Another thing that I want to touch on, and this is just pure advice as well. Your surroundings. I feel that your surroundings are very important, because being around someone can influence you. So you need to be around people that influence you positively. Positive. You need to be around people who have positive impacts on you, because if you're around people that, you know, are not doing as great as you or trying to bring you down, that's where you're going to go. So I think that, you know, if you're trying to work towards something, you need to be around people that's trying to do the same thing, or is on a even higher level, who already, you know, are doing what they want to do, because that's only going to move up.
Exactly. Honestly, this is such a cliche, and I always used to be against this phrase, but I honestly can believe, and I still strongly believe today, that birds of a feather do flock together. And even if they don't fly 100% together, they're flying somewhere near. Because let me tell you, like, you're going to hear it. Once you're trying to do better for yourself, people are always going to talk about you. I've heard oh, she thinks she's better than everybody else. Oh, she does this, she does that. But at the end of the day, I'm just fighting for something that I want to do in my life, and I'm fighting to be a better person. And if to you that thinks that, oh, I think I'm bougie, or I think I'm better than everybody else, then you're just a hater, because you could be doing better for yourself too. Like at the end of the day, we should all want to see each other win, and regardless of whatever we're doing. It shouldn't be they think they're better than everybody else. It should be oh, she's really cool, like she's doing better than me, let me talk to her so I can see what's up. You know, it shouldn't be trying to humble each other or bring each other down. It should all be positive, and it should be about really, you know, pushing each other to achieve things and be better people in all walks of life.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming, Annastacia.
Thank you for having me. And I can't wait till your show blows up and I'm seeing you on TV, and I'm gonna be like, that's my girl, give my girl her flowers.
Don't interview each other.
Exactly.
Each other. Love it. You are an amazing guest, and you guys just keep tuning into the show. Annastacia's interview will be uploaded on YouTube. You can go watch it, and stay tuned for the next episode. Thank you.
Bye.
I just wanna know how you feel, what you think, are you real? Through the bad and the good, you know I'll keep it real. Don't wanna go somewhere else, 'cause you're all